So I wanted to jump on here real quick. Um, some of you have asked a lot about anxiety from me. I just want to add some context to this because um, my anxiety used to be really bad when I was like 17 in my early 20s. Um, it's not necessarily that bad anymore. I feel like I've worked on myself a lot for over 10 years. And honestly, I found a really good therapist who I'm still cool with today. I still see her today once in a while now. It's not like how I used to. Um, so she's kind of been, you know, I call her like my spiritual like guide almost because she's such a like motherly figure to me. Um, just as a therapist because she just knows her stuff and she knows how and she's very calming. So it's been such a long time that I've experienced it really bad. Um, but just know that you can get through it. It's not permanent. I tell that to myself all the time that this is temporary, and most of the time it is. I think over the years I've learned that anxiety is a it's like a message. And the more you ignore it, the more the anxiety, you know, like formulates in your body and it just gets stronger. And I've learned that the more you resist, it persists, as cliche as that is, but it's true. So if you're not listening to your body, because honestly, I think a lot of us are on this whole like autopilot thing and we don't pay attention to ourselves. And our body knows, and our body is always telling us something and it's always screaming at us. And for those who are more sensitive, like myself and you who deals with anxiety, it it comes it's intense. So, and anxiety is very physical. Um, so I'm trying to think of some of the questions you guys have had, but you got everything like what works for me may not work for you. So, but at the same time there's certain things that I know that could benefit a lot of people. So it's, it's starting with very simple things. Like I know it's crazy to even say like, "Hey, drink water." Like you guys should fucking know to drink water. Like but or they're like everybody says like, "Hey, drink 8 glasses of water," or whatever it is. But um that helps a lot because when you're dehydrated, you become lethargic and you feel shitty, and then you start getting stressed out, and then you're anxious and whatnot. So, like, honestly, drinking water, and like I said in my other video, to drink water the first moment you get up because when you're sleeping, you actually become dehydrated. You don't realize it. Um, then for me, I don't have caffeine at all. I think it's been over 6 years that I haven't had caffeine. Now it's gotten to the point where I'm so sensitive to caffeine. If I even have chocolate, I'll start getting like anxious. So, but that was a huge thing for me. That, I was drinking a lot of coffee when I was in college and I was commuting to New York City all the time for school. So I needed something, but my anxiety was bad in college, you know. I think it's bad for a lot of people. So limiting your caffeine intake, just noticing what you're putting into your body. Like, could this be causing me anxiety? Or like, does this make me feel good? Like, simple questions of like, you know, um, like, should I really be doing this right now? Or is my body telling me to rest? It's like those questions you have to really, and be selfish about it. Who gives a shit? Like, if people think you're being a dick, then fuck them then. Like I've had people like come at me and say like, "Oh, you don't want to hang out?" And I'm like, "No. Like I need my time. Like If I had like a stressful week, or like I'm just like I need my alone time, oh well, I'll see you when I see you. But you know, I'm not saying that to be an asshole, but also it's like you gotta take care of yourself. Um, Especially now with everyone being quarantined. Like yesterday, I was like, not gonna lie, I was pretty anxious yesterday because I'm just, it was shitty out the last few days. It's cold. Um, I was frustrated with the videos yesterday. I was exhausted, and I was just like really over being inside. Like, this is just so fucking annoying. But I get it, but it's just like, how much longer is this going on? Um, so I don't know. I guess we all just gotta breathe and just know that we're all in this together, and that things can get better, especially with anxiety. It really can. I'm living proof of it. I actually now see anxiety as a gift, as crazy as that sounds. Um, I hope to explain that more to you. It takes practice. It really does. You know, whether I'm talking to my friends or anybody who I know that has anxiety, I always drill it to them that this is a practice. Like, it is not a, hey, I did this today, I'm not going to be anxious tomorrow. Who knows? But if you are determined enough and you really want to work on this, then you'll do whatever it takes, cuz that's where I was, like, I don't want to feel this shit anymore, or I'm over it controlling me, I guess. So now I use it to my advantage. Um, so there's moments where, um, you know, sometimes it's, um, losing my train of thought. It'll come back to me, but again, I just want everyone to know that they're not alone, um, when it comes to anxiety. So we're we're in this together, like I said, and do the best you can. That's all we can do. So, just hang in there. And I hope that whatever I share gives you some solace. I hope my book gives you comfort. Um, and we just gotta stick together and just talk to each other. I mean, if you're really like struggling, seek out a therapist and talk to your friends or talk to a family member. Always reach out. Um, know what your outlets are. I call it I'll give you a little, this is kind of like a tip or something that I always tell people. You have to have a toolbox. When you need to fix something in the house, you have a toolbox. You have different tools for different things, right? So when you have anxiety, you need to have multiple tools in your box that will make you feel better. So like for me, I have so many things in my toolbox that now when I feel anxiety, it doesn't overwhelm me. Like, it doesn't freak me out as much as it used to, because I didn't have any tools before. So now I have the tools and I have the coping skills. So now it's like, for me, it's really taking care of myself, eating healthy. Like, my whole like tea ritual is like calming to me. Um that's like a stress reliever for me because I love doing that. So my workouts are another one. Can't live without that. Um, Being in nature is another one for me. Hanging out with my husband and my family, that's another one. When we were allowed to go out, like, I love comedy clubs. I'm a huge comedy club junkie. I go all the time when there's cool people around. So trying to think what else I have. Well, obviously writing's another one. Just doing things that just make me feel good, honestly. And if that means doing nothing and just like, you know, binging a show, like, I mean, go ahead, but don't like overdo it where you're like not doing anything. Um, so if you have tools, it won't be as scary when that anxiety attack or panic attack happens. So if you have to write it down to figure out what you enjoy, what you like, think about what you liked as a kid, what made you feel good. Was it something your mom used to do? Like sometimes I enjoyed when like I get anxious when I'm sick cuz I miss that my mom like used to cook me soup, and she doesn't live close to me anymore. So um but like for me it's just like if I'm feeling down, even if I'm not sick, I'll just make her soup cuz I have a recipe and it just makes me feel good. So simple things like that. So figure it out what it is for you that makes you feel good. And then let me know in the comments and we'll talk about them. All right. Thank you.